Uh, this one's going to be a sad one. This is number 5. It's touching, but it's also pretty sad. It's not really an urban legend. It's kind of like a ghost story, but, basically a time claim. There was an old shopkeep. Both of them worked together. They had like a little convenience store in this little town. And there was an old woman that walked in. And, hold on. There was a older woman, I'd say 70s or 80s. And, sorry, I changed the music. I needed a sad song. But there was this old lady that came in. She said, "Good morning." She just looked at him and smiled and walked out and walked to the back of the store where the milk was. She grabbed it and then she just walked out. The men just looked at each other and they walked out there to try to get her to say, "Hey, you need to pay." But they walked out there. No one was there. And so the next day, the woman returned yet again and they watched her. She grabbed it, she walked outside, and she was gone. And when they ran out there to go see, she was gone. They're like, "Okay, we're going to follow, or whatever. We're going to just, stop the lady." And so she came back the third day. She grabbed the milk, and they followed her. And they returned, and they jumped out of the bushes, and they followed behind her. They were led to a cemetery, and they were led to the back of it. And all of a sudden, they lost her. They couldn't find her. It was towards the back. It was like old time, like back in the maybe, I don't know, like old time part of the cemetery. And they heard crying. And they walked back there. It wasn't too long time, maybe like a couple months ago. There was this headstone. They heard baby crying. They walked over there. It was a headstone. And it was the person that they said had died maybe a month or so ago, or a couple of weeks. And they're like, "Wow, there is a baby in there. We have to go and save it." So they went and got their shovels and they came back. But yet again, the baby was still crying. And so they went and dug the hole all the way down there and they broke open the casket. And there was, and the same old lady they seen. And you could tell like they almost just died maybe a couple of weeks to a month ago. And the baby was still alive. And it was crying. And people believe that that was the mother's love that kept the baby. She had the dedication to go in there and kept giving it milk so it can live until somebody found it. And those people followed her. And then the people believe that she wanted them to follow her so that they can have her and take care of that baby. Because supposedly that baby had died. And there are a lot of cases where they claim the baby's dead, and they're not dead. And this is called a mother's love. Because the mother did that, and they believe that her soul now watches over all the children. And that's good. Powerful music. So, yeah. I like the music that goes with it. This is, once again, I think this is the Vampire's Lullaby. Yeah. Mother's Love. Thank you for watching.